Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Empoleon's Week 1 battle of the SDA Season 1. We are here this week taking on Demo, coach of the Tennessee Tyrants. And if you have not seen before, which I would be surprised if you had, because I believe this is his first ever Wi-Fi battle that he's uploading. So that's really exciting to be, I'm honored to be that person. Not that we had a choice, it was a randomizer in the schedule. But anyway, we are doing it on land. We're here. I'm going to jump into it. I think when I click A here is when it goes into it. So I just wanted to make sure I got that intro out of the way. Everyone go check out his stuff in the description below. And we're just going to get this ready to go. We're going to see which mons he's bringing. And we're going to be good to go. Now, again, I talked about this in my team builder quite a bit. But I actually did make one change to my team from the team builder. And I did decide to go with the Swords Dance Scizor. The decision was originally made when I had a Weakness Policy Mew and a Swords Dance Drapion as well. And I figured I didn't need more setup. But when I looked back at the team, I was like, I got rid of most of my setup. So, and that's exact. Oh, he did bring the Galarian Slowking. Okay, it's exactly the 6 I was expecting, except no Goodra, which is interesting. He did bring the Galarian Slowking. So T-Spikes, going to take a minute to set them up, but other than that, Galarian Slowking, we're in good shape. Now, I did switch it over to a Swords Dance Scizor mostly because I do think it does a lot of damage, and I actually got rid of a lot of the setup that I had on my team originally, so I think it ends up making a really good overall move for that. That said, I think based on the team he brought, it's Zera or Lando leading. It's one of the two, which makes Mew my best counter lead to either of those. Rotom Frost is fine as well. He could worry about Scarf Rotom Frost if he leads with his Lando, which is good. But I'll keep that in the back in order to threaten that later. And I think I'm just going to lead with the Mew. I can set up the spikes. We can try to scout if he's got the defog anywhere. And he's seeing the Torracat for the first time. He's seeing the Torracat. Now, the Galarian Slowking is certainly a nuisance. It's super bulky, and Regenerator's annoying. But the big thing here is just I do have access to so many ways to hit it that I think I'll be able to break through that. Other mons are definitely the big threats here to me. My computer is way too loud right now, so I'm going to turn that down a lot. And there's the Lando, not surprising. Now I do outspeed a non-Scarf Lando, and I can just Ice Beam it here, and I might just go for it, reveal that I have it. If he's Scarfed and he U-turns, he's Scarfed and he U-turns, and we'll that's fine. We'll just click Ice Beam here. We'll know if you're Scarfed. And if you're not Scarfed, we're going to be able to take you out if you're not super bulky or Yachi. And we do go for the Ice Beam, not Yachi. And he lives. Is that Sash? Sash Lando lead. Goes for the U-turn. It's going to do a little chunk. But it's broken now. And that's really, really good. Lando is super low. So he doesn't know anything about my set. He hasn't seen the leftovers yet. He doesn't know what's going to come. If Kartana comes in, I've got to switch out. Basically anything else, though, I can stay in on. And potentially just click Knockoff or Roost. Kartana would threaten me, though. So I do have to watch out for the Kartana. Which he could go into, but he doesn't know if I'm Scarfed. So if he's not Scarf Kartana, he may feel threatened by an offensive Mew. I have 0 special attack investment. That just kills a Lando T from full anyway. But he does go into the Comfey. And honestly, it's shiny. Honestly, I think so we see the leftovers now. I think I just knock off. I just don't want to deal with whatever this thing wants to do. I can go out into the Scizor later on this thing, so I'm just going to knock off here. Comfey, it's not going to take any damage from it, but getting rid of the leftovers is huge. And we do actually see that we outspeed, which is good to know as well. It means my Drapion also outspeeds this. And he goes for the Calm Mind. All right. So he's probably going to Leech Seed at this point. But we got rid of the leftovers, I assume. I actually wasn't looking at the item, but I assume it was leftovers. And we're just going to go into the Scizor here. Take the Draining Kiss. Very, very easily. And I'm just going to U-turn from there. I'm not going to Bullet Punch right now, as he's never going to stay in on that. There's no sense for him to stay in on that. Um, and there's the Scizor. And there's another Calm Mind. And maybe because he's at +2, I go for a Bullet Punch here, and I'm not actually banded. And he doesn't have the Goodra. So he has no, except for the Slowking, he has no real way to immediately threaten me with a fire move. I mean, Zeraora could come in, I guess. I guess I just Bullet Punch, right? Yeah, I'm just going to Bullet Punch. I mean, he's at +2. He might get greedy and stay in on that. I don't quite kill, and maybe this is the wrong play, but it's scary, and it's certainly something I don't want to see, you know? I definitely don't want the Comfey just staying in and setting up and me trying to overpredict and end up losing the game or losing Mons as a result of that. So I'd rather underpredict here, scout out his playstyle. We're not on 20-minute timer, so this game could go long. He does switch out, probably goes into the Lando, but the Lando dies to the Bullet Punch anyway, so that's fine. So Scizor kills Landorus T with Bullet Punch. And that's gone. That's Intimidate gone, which is nice. I mean, Scrafty could still have it, but that's one of them gone. And it's just a threat out of my way. That's super nice. Lando T was absolutely a pain for me to deal with, so really glad to see that go down. Comfey's still annoying, and I definitely need to keep my Scizor healthy around for that. If he goes into anything that could outspeed me, I'm just going to hard switch. I'm not going to take a big hit here, especially not for something like a Blaze Kick Zeraora. Even though, again, I could stay in, I could U-turn and use my Aqua Berry to get the hit off now. I'd rather preserve that for later. So Zeraora could be a little bit of a pain to switch into, especially not knowing the set. But Rotom Frost, I wouldn't bring that in on the potential Blaze Kick. I'd probably go into my... I really want to keep my Torracat healthy for the Kartana. So if he goes into Kartana here, then we're in good shape. Did I not nickname this Scizor? No, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay, you don't have the ability that the Galarian Slowbro does, right? I just want to double check Galarian Slowking doesn't have the ability that makes it so that sometimes it just goes first. No, it doesn't. That's Galarian Slowbro. That has... Alright, we're just going to U-turn off this then. We're just going to U-turn off of that. And we see that it actually doesn't do very much at all, so that is physically defensive. It's good to know. And it's Galarian Slowking probably going for a Flamethrower here. So I guess I just go out into my... He could just go for a Teleport, I guess, just to try to get the momentum back in his favor. He goes for the Fire Blast, which we are going to take, not well. And we get burned. Yeah, we do. Of course we do. Fine. Fire Blast burns or whatever. I guess I just go for a layer of Toxic Spikes, right? I mean, I know he's still got the Galarian Slowking that can soak him up later, but he's going to have to switch around on that. And they could be useful. I could just go for a knockoff here and just accept the Toxic Spikes aren't going to get up right now. They're really good in this matchup, but I don't think they're entirely necessary, especially with the Slowking around. So we're just going to go for the knockoff here. He's got Colbur. All right. Well, I had to get rid of it somehow. So that's gone. And he's going to kill me now with another Fire Blast unless he misses, which he doesn't. So Slowking G kills Drapion with Fire Blast. All right, so I can just go out into my Spectrier here, right? He's going to switch out. He's going to go into Scrafty. I just click Willow. That's a risky Willow to click. I could just click sub and see what he does, but I think it's my best play. I think it's my best play here. I'm going to click sub. If he chooses to stay in, he doesn't have an item right now. And it looked like he was physically defensive based on the Scizor damage. So yeah, Shadow Ball kills. So I'm just gonna sub. I don't think you stay in. Shadow Ball doesn't kill from full, so he wants to get that Regenerator off. He's gonna switch it out here, and we're just gonna get a free sub. Scrafty's gonna come in, and we're gonna click Willow on it, and then we're gonna switch out. But I can't just Willow first, because if he does stay in and go for a Shadow Ball, I just want to kill this thing. So I want to scout whether or not you're looking like you're going to switch out or not. And you do. And he's going to go Scrafty. There's no way he doesn't. You always go Scrafty. Which is why the Toxic Spikes would have been nice, but it's actually nice to get a Willow here, so just going to click Will-o-Wisp here. Handle the Scrafty for later. Okay, we landed. I was really worried. I don't know, that pause right there for some reason just threw me. I was like, no. Don't land 2 Fire Blasts and get a burn and make me miss a Willow. Now, you could be Lum. No Lum. And he goes for the knockoff. And I'm going to switch out. Just... Oh, he has Shed Skin. Interesting. And he gets the proc on the first turn. Man, what is it like to be this guy? I am so jealous. I am so jealous. Man, what I wouldn't give to be this guy. You would take a lot of damage from this knockoff, but I don't think it's going to kill. I am fairly physically bulky, and then I can just roost stall the knockoffs and knock off myself. I can just go into... I think I'm just going to go into Rotom. Also physically defensive. What is it like to get a burn on a Fire Blast and get a first turn Shed Skin proc? Alright, so we're going to take a knockoff here. My Light Clay is gone. It's not a big deal. We're going to outspeed. I could Willow again, but I'm just going to set up a Reflect here. I don't think he actually lets his Scrafty take another hit, since this is his defensive check to Spectrier. It's the only thing he's got that's going to resist the attacks. So we know you're not Lum, because you're probably Assault Vest. Okay. I need to get into my Mew safely. He could Drain Punch. That's definitely an option. That's why I want to Reflect here. Because then I can switch out into Mew, take a knockoff for free, and start setting up spikes and stuff, which is just going to make his team struggle to switch in more often. He could, again, have the Defog on the Comfey, but we saw the Calm Mind, and I don't think he's running it on Kartana. And he's going to switch out. He goes out into the Comfey here. That's fine. We have a little bit of speed investment. We can see if we outspeed this. I'm just going to set up the Reflect here. And I'm just going to Volt Switch. If we don't outspeed, that's really good, because we just get to go into Scizor completely for free. And based on how much the first... So how much did Fire Blast do to me with my Aqua Berry? I'm living a Fire Blast if he's not invested. If he's max defense. Even if he's max special attack, as long as he's not Modest, he's not killing. And Modest only has a 50% chance to kill my Scizor from full. +2 Bug Bites doing a lot of damage to Slowking. He's going to switch out. So probably not Defog on that, actually. Goes out into the Galarian Slowking. Alright. So we already saw the Colbur, so he doesn't have an item on it. I could go back into Spectrier here. I could just go into Mew and start setting up spikes, though. That seems really tempting. I'm going to go into Mew. And I'm just going to Spike Stack. The Spectrier would threaten him out again, but right back into the Scrafty, which will get another Shed Skin proc, so... We're just going to Spike Stack here. Item's already gone on this thing. He's probably just doing this to get Regenerator, but I did enough damage with the Volt Switch that I don't think the Regenerator is going to help him here. Based on the damage that Scizor did with the U-turn, I don't know if he's max Phys Def or if he's just max HP. It's hard to tell. But he's going to switch out. I have to check my time. Comfey comes in. It's fine. All right. So do I just set up another layer of spikes and let him Calm Mind, or do I just go into Scizor hard? I kind of want to just set up another layer of spikes. See if you're Defog. No, if you're Defog, you're going to do it anyway. So I'm just going to go into Scizor here. And I'm going to U-turn again because the Slowking's not quite in range of a Bug Bite. Draining Kiss. All right. So you didn't defog, and you're probably going to go Slowking. I could just U-turn. I could just Bug Bite. Honestly, I think I just Bullet Punch, right? Into the... Or do I just Swords Dance into the U-turn? If you stay in, you stay in. If you switch out, I just go U-turn anyway. And I get more damage off on the Slowking. I mean, I think the most damage I get off is a Bullet Punch into a U-turn. It's actually more than going for a Swords Dance here. Because Bullet Punch to Slowking is going to do 30%, and U-turn is going to do 37%. Whereas a +2 U-turn is doing... depends on the spread, but roughly 70%. So they're basically equivalent. So I think Bullet Punch into U-turn is my play. If he does stay in with the Comfey, then I get huge damage off on that. I still have the Akka Berry, so we are still good on that. We know that we outspeed the Slowking. That's not surprising to anybody, but it's true, which is good. And at some point, this Scizor is going to come in and click Swords Dance. I just need a little bit more damage. So that's going to be... the Kartana is going to come in here. I should have just U-turned. All right. It's going to take a little bit of Spikes chip, a little bit of Bullet Punch chip. What move do you have for Scizor, though? Knockoff? Like, that's the best you can do. I'm gonna go into my Torracat. That's what this Torracat's for. That's what it does. I did not check my time, though. How much time I have left. I think I'm okay, but I'll double check during this next turn. We're gonna get the Intimidate off. I don't know what you're gonna do. Just knock off? Alright. Knocks off my Eviolite. So we're gonna... yeah, we have over 6.5 minutes left. Alright. So, I could just Willow. I could just Parting Shot. But you don't have a resist to Flamethrower right now. So it's super tempting. Yeah, I'm just going to Flamethrower. Just going to Flamethrower. You have no resist. Comfey comes in. The great thing about Parting Shot here on this turn is that if he outspeeds and Leech Seeds, then I'm good. I underspeed, potentially. That's a little chunk. All right, we'll take that damage, and we'll just Parting Shot. We'll take that damage. I'm still reasonably sure it's Scarf Kartana. And this Torracat still walls it. I don't say walls it, but it still checks it. And now if he Calm Minds, we just Parting Shot. Switches out the Comfey. We still Parting Shot. That's Scrafty. Okay. Take Spikes. Those Spikes are going to be super helpful. Get the attack and special attack drop. And I could go for more Spikes with Mew, but Mew's doing a really good job walling the rest of his team. So I'm just going to go Rotom, set up another Reflect here. The other one's long expired, I assume. Yeah. Now he could stay in and like Drain Punch on that. I could just Willow here. Yeah, let's Willow. Let's Willow. You don't get the Shed Skin before you attack, at least. So, goes for a Toxic here. Alright. So Rotom is now Toxic. I'm just going to Reflect on this turn. He's going to get another Shed Skin first turn, probably, you know? Let's see it. Let's see your Shed Skin first turn. No. Okay. We actually got burn damage on this thing. Now we'll set up a Reflect. It's not Assault Vest also, which is really interesting. So we set up a Reflect here. Probably Super Fang? Okay. Interesting. Rotom's just going to be able to Volt Switch here. Can still come in later. Oh, and no proc on the second one either. Oh, it's game on. All right, we're just going to Volt Switch here. He's probably going to knock off at this point. There's really no sense in not clicking knock off at this point for the Scrafty. But we're still going to get a Volt Switch off. We're going to put this thing down to 50%. It could be Drain Punch in the last slot. I'm definitely thinking it probably is. But I'm going to go out into my Torracat here. If you knock off... I already lost my Eviolite. You're at -2 and burned. So it's not going to do, like, anything. And I can just Parting Shot or whatever I need to do. Yeah, there's the knockoff. Don't reveal that last... Did that do literally one? All right, I'm going to go for another Willow here. Screw it. We're Willowing every mon on his roster over and over and over. As many times as I can click Will-o-Wisp, I'm going to click Will-o-Wisp. That's how this is going to go. Torracat doing a really good job of walling his team, though. I've shown him Willow on every mon I have it on, too, after this turn. Look, I brought three mons with Will-o-Wisp because I need to break your team somehow. Scrafty, you stay burned. You stay burned. I've burned Scrafty with every mon on my roster. No, it's rest. Oh, no. All right, that's annoying. Not the end of the world, just a little annoying. So are you Chesto then? No. You're Shedskin, so you're not Chesto. I mean, I guess I just Parting Shot? The Scrafty will not stay burned. All right. So he's still asleep for one turn at least. I'm going to go into Mew here. Actually, Scizor comes in, right? He has the Super Fang, but if I get to +4, it's over, right? Kartana might be able to take one hit. Let's see. Do you wake up? You don't wake up, so I just Swords Dance. If you wake up next turn, I just U-turn. But here I just Swords Dance. Because you didn't intimidate me. You're not intimidated anyway. He's going to switch out his still sleeping Scrafty. He goes out into the Slowking, which takes Spike's Chip. And that puts it in range of Bug Bite, potentially. Wait, that's Scrafty. Slowking. It's close. It's potentially a roll. I'm just going to U-turn here. I'm not going to risk the Bug Bite there. The Bug Bite would have killed. That was max defense that I was calculating, and I don't know if he actually is max defense. Are you going to slack off here? What are you going to do? I mean, Mew comes in and just goes for more spikes, right? Just continues to make it difficult for you to switch in. And you didn't show me any reason that Mew couldn't come in here. If you go for a Fire Blast, oh, and you actually missed this one, then I can just knock off this instead of going for spikes here. Well, he's probably going to switch it out. But I'm going to knock off anyway. There's no downside to knock off. Comfey comes in, but like, it's a no downside play. Because it'll kill this Slowking if he stays in. And if he doesn't, then it still just does damage. Comfey comes in, takes some Spike's Chip. And I'm just going to click knockoff. Now, I think I just click more spikes at this point. Because I need to just pressure things to die. And yeah, you're going to start Calm Minding and Draining Kiss. You might just straight Draining Kiss. You might just Hard Switch as well, which would actually be ideal. So we're just going to go for spikes. And maybe it's Leech Seed. If it's Leech Seed, I'm actually fine. Aromatherapy. Man, that Scrafty will not stay statused. So show me the defog, because if you have it, I think you have to go for it here, right? It's probably Leech Seed in the last slot. I'm just going to stay in and go for one more layer of spikes. If he has defog, he's going to click it. Like, this is where he clicks it. Draining Kiss? I don't think he has it. I don't mind you getting a little HP back here. That's a lot of HP back. I mind it a little bit. It's a little annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Now, Mew is still very healthy. And there's no sense in just taking another Draining Kiss, right? Not when I can go into all of my mons that resist Draining Kiss. So I think Scizor is a huge win con here, especially with the Slowking chips now where it is. So I'm just going to go into my Torracat, which also resists and also has good matchups against the rest of the roster. And I'm not going to stress about the little bit of HP you're going to get back here. The knockoff onto the Eviolite, obviously making this a little bit stronger, but that did like 30. That's a lot. Is this... No, this isn't... It's not Big Root. There's no item. I knocked it off. Now, I could just Endeavor, but it seems like this thing has very low... Oh, God, stop. Do not Dynamax this Torracat, please. I ain't looking to cheat like that. I guess I just Flamethrower? Or I just Parting Shot. I always Parting Shot. Because then I can go into Scizor safely here. One more of those and I can just Endeavor this thing down. Alright, I always Parting Shot. And we're just going to go Scizor. And Swords Dance? Or just you... Oh, God. This is such a pain. If I Swords Dance and the Kartana comes in, does it live a Bullet Punch from the range it's at with 3 layers of spikes down? It can? Oh, my God. It only does 35%. All right, I have to just click... Do I just click Bullet Punch? I just have to click Bullet Punch. I don't Swords Dance here. I need chip. I just need a little more chip on that Kartana. Literally one more Bullet Punch here. And then the next time I bring it in, it'll be able to kill. So he's going to sack off his Slowking. Which, yeah, with 3 layers of spikes, that makes sense. Alright, so Scizor kills Slowking G with Bullet Punch. Not the targets that Bullet Punch was supposed to kill, but it's been doing work. That's Zeraora, isn't it? Alright, that's going to take 25% less your boots. Your boots. Okay. I am not taking a Blaze Kick to the face. That is a terrible decision. So I'm just going to sack off Rotom here. And I know it's a sack. Like, it's 100% a sack. He misses. It doesn't matter. He's going to outspeed. And you go for another one. No, your boots. We know your boots. I'm just going to... Oh, no. His time ran out. What does that mean? How do we do the numbers for that? I have no idea how that works. Oh, no. I have more battles finish on the 20-minute timer than the land battles. Okay. I guess we win? Because time management? Question mark? I will figure out with the league how that is calculated, and you will see come up on screen like a pop-up of what goes on because I'm not going to record it after. So you'll see what... it says I won, and I was the one who had time left, so I think I won. It says on the screen right now that I won. I just don't know what the differential is or what's going to happen with that in terms of the battle finishing. I do think that Rotom was going to go down. I was going to go Mew. Mew was going to be able to click knockoff, get rid of the boots, and at that point, it was just... I had inevitability. I just needed to make sure I kept my time up the whole rest of the game, because Scizor, once the Zeraora was on a timer like everything else, Scizor was going to be able to kill everything. Kartana had one switch in left where it could take a +2 Bullet Punch, so if he switched that in at all on any other move, he wouldn't be able to take a Bullet Punch. Scrafty was healthy, but wasn't threatening the ones that I had left on my roster, and at the end of the day, I still had a Spectrier at full health, near full health with a Colbur Berry. So again, I think I had inevitability there. It's just a matter of, like, I didn't actually get a chance to finish the game. I don't know how the differential works. All of that will be posted on screen. Welcome to LAN, everybody. It's so much better than regular timer. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everybody.